Sagat, a former member of Shadowloo, who's also known as the Emperor of Muay Thai. Sagat is another long-serving character in the Street Fighter series. He fights using Muay Thai and takes advantage of his huge physique, which gives him a lot of range. Sagat has similar tools to Ryu and Ken, the difference being that his toolkit is more tailored for ground control and keeping opponents at bay. In Street Fighter V, Sagat keeps all of his moves from previous games whilst also acquiring new Muay Thai techniques, continuing to show the power of the king. Sagat has a powerful set of kick normals, one of them being his standing medium kick. This has exceptional range for a medium attack and is solely used as a poke. Sagat should use this button when he has the lead, as it's frustrating for opponents to circumvent. Another reliable normal Sagat has is his standing heavy kick. This is a two-hitting attack that plays a huge role in allowing Sagat to net damage, as it has quite a few combo nuances to it. Another use for standing heavy kick is that it's a straightforward anti-air for Sagat. This will cover the aerial approach from most angles, and if the opponent attacks at the wrong time, then standing heavy kick will also crush counter, allowing Sagat to score more damage from the anti-air. To play Sagat efficiently, one must learn how to use his iconic Tiger Shot. These are the bulk of how Sagat is able to establish control in matches. Sagat can mix things up between the regular Tiger Shot and the Grand Tiger Shot to make it difficult for the opponent to approach, whether it be from relatively close or far away. If the opponent manages to jump over the projectile and Sagat is ready, then he can anti-air using Tiger Uppercut to net damage and then go back to throwing Tiger Shots. However, Sagat needs to be extremely wary of anti-projectile tools, as this game is flooded with them. If Sagat can't throw fireballs, then he can't really play. When it comes to Sagat's V skills, they're all about strengthening him. His V skill 1, Angry Charge, augments the next Tiger Uppercut by slightly increasing its damage and improving its juggle potential. The Angry Charge buff applies to all versions of the uppercut, so this is useful in combos and scoring more damage from an anti-air. Now with V skill 2, Hanuman Charge, Sagat takes a knee to amplify the next Tiger Knee Crush. What makes this V skill different to Angry Charge is that Hanuman Charge only improves the juggle potential for Tiger Knee and makes it a better pressure tool. The buff only applies to the regular versions, not the EX version. Also, there's no damage increase on the special itself. Both V skills improve Sagat's damage output overall though. If Sagat wants to net a lot of damage from projectiles, then he should use his V trigger 1, Tiger Charge. This gives Sagat access to a new move called Tiger Cannon, which he can only use twice upon activation. Sagat can cancel into the Tiger Cannon from several normals to get a decent conversion, or he can cancel into it from his EX Tiger Shots. Tiger Cannon can be a real threat in multiple situations, whether it be hit or block. But it is still a projectile, so there are a few ways to counter this V-trigger. Sagat is a character who players can easily understand, but is quite difficult to master due to the nature of Street Fighter V. There's more of a focus on his fundamentals with the ground game and consistent damage than him doing some insane mix-ups. Sagat follows a simple yet effective philosophy, but even that can prove difficult in this game. If you like Muay Thai and your favorite animal is the tiger, then pick Sagat and prove that the power of the king still lives on. Kage, the evil physical entity born from the darkness within Ryu. Kage was the first character to be introduced in the 4th season of Street Fighter V. Kage has a much darker take on the Satsui no Hado, similar to Akuma. In Street Fighter V, Kage offers players some of the most offensive gameplay alongside some magnificent combo potential, and his V system only serves to highlight Kage's aggression. Kage has several normals that are quite lethal, one of them being his crouching medium punch. This is Kage's fastest medium attack, which functions as his main pressure tool. Using this several times will condition the opponent to sit still. If Kage finds a hit, crouching medium punch can lead to tremendous damage, especially on counter hit. But more importantly, fantastic screen carry too. Another great button is Kiko Kuduki. This is Kage's fastest heavy poke, which can be used to test the opponent's spacing. Whilst lacking range, if the normal hits, then Kage can convert into his Kiko Kuretsuzan target combo for better damage. Kiko Kuduki can also land as a crush counter for slightly better damage and a better pressure situation. Kage has multiple Hadokens that each serve a different purpose. His regular Hadoken is a palm strike that travels only just in front of him. This unorthodox poking tool can really frustrate the opponent, but the EX version causes the opponent to fall to the ground, allowing Kage to get a combo extension. Kage also has Shakunetsu Hadoken. This is a fireball that travels full screen and increases in durability depending on the version used. The EX version can be used for pressure and combos in the corner. Kage can also use the airborne Hadoken, similar to Akuma, but the major difference between them is that Kage's Hadoken travels horizontally, not at an angle. The EX version does however travel full screen, and if done at a certain height, can be quite annoying in the neutral. To make Kage's neutral game more threatening, he can use one of two V-skills. His first V-skill, Senha Kazatsu, is where he collects energy to strike the opponent. This V-skill can be executed immediately or charged for better benefits. During the charge, it gains armored properties. This can be extremely helpful against attacks Kage may struggle with. But the downside is that low attacks can beat the V-skill and potentially put Kage in a bad spot. Kage's second V-skill is Sekieiken, where he jumps into the air and then slams the ground. Sekieiken's range increases if Kage presses forward whilst inputting the move. This V-skill can be used as a combo ender from Kage's target combo or be used to go over moves that have range. When it comes to Kage's V-triggers, this is where the real damage comes in. His V-trigger 1, Taigyaku Mudo, gives him access to his teleport, Ashura Senku, which can be done on the ground or in the air. This can allow for stylish combos or interesting pressure situations. Taigyaku Mudo also upgrades both of Kage's V-skills by giving them better combo potential and making them more of a threat in the neutral. His V-trigger 2 is Rikudo Osatsu. This unlocks the move Misogi. Kage teleports into the sky and comes down with a raging fist. Kage can combo into Misogi from almost anything, which gives him a beneficial knockdown situation. Kage also gets access to the Shungokusatsu, a raging demon critical art that can be comboed into, making this extremely powerful when available. Kage is a character who specializes in combos and aggression. However, his buttons lack range, which results in him struggling against characters with good pokes or long-range attacks in general. Plus, he's similar to Akuma in terms of being considered a glass cannon. If you played Evil Ryu in Street Fighter IV and like facing powerful opponents, then pick Kage and accept your inner darkness. Poison, the voluptuous showstopper who's an ex-member of the Mad Gear Gang. Poison is another character from the Final Fight series and has come a long way. Her fighting style is a combination of street fighting moves and acrobatics. Poison's gameplay has developed greatly over time to give her more of a personal identity. In Street Fighter V, Poison retains some moves from previous games whilst also acquiring new moves due to possessing a whip instead of a riding crop. And with the assistance of the V-system, this hot-headed promoter is sure to take you for a ride. Poison has a fantastic array of normals, one of the strongest being her crouching heavy punch. This is a low attack that happens to be one of the longest reaching heavies in the game. It's also a poking tool that forces the opponent to be cognizant of its range. If Poison misspaces the crouching heavy punch though, there are several ways to punish it due to how powerful it is as an attack. Another normal Poison should be using is her crouching medium punch. This is Poison's primary anti-air. Opponents will struggle on the ground against Poison, which will force them to jump. And depending on the angle of the jump, crouching medium punch will definitely cover it and reset the situation. However, there are some aerial options that counter the crouching medium punch quite easily, so the anti-air isn't always guaranteed. Most of Poison's gameplay revolves around a single special, and that special is Heart Raid. Poison assumes a stance where she holds her whip to then be able to release it in one of three directions. The low and mid versions are great poking tools and can chip away at the opponent's health, whilst the high version is strictly used to anti-air opponents. Heart Raid comes with great risk though, but to prevent that risk, Poison can execute the Heart Raid Cancel to exit the stance and take another action. Heart Raid Cancel assists Poison with a multitude of things and is one of the more fun aspects about her. Another version of Heart Raid Poison should use is the EX Mid version. This draws the opponent closer and forces them to take her strike throw game. EX Heart Raid is a prevalent special and is used frequently. To show off her nimbleness, Poison can use her V-Skill 2, Cartwheel. This is a two-part move that's quite versatile. The first part is a flip that allows Poison to close the gap on her opponents and apply pressure. This is vital when Poison scores a knockdown. The second part is the cartwheel attack that launches the opponent to allow for an extension. You'll see cartwheel in a lot of combos and for certain punishes. Poison's V-triggers really highlight her offensive traits. Her V-trigger 1, Poison Cocktail, is a trigger that gives Poison access to Fire Squall, which are Molotov cocktails that Poison can chuck at opponents like projectiles, which then juggle and disperse into flames. The Molotovs improve Poison's combo potential in a lot of areas, and allow her to get some insanely damaging combos. Poison's V-trigger 2, Toxic Glamour, functions much differently. She gains access to 2 command throws. The first is Toxic Hold, a quick close-range command throw that adds an extra layer to her offense. The second is Toxic Bind, a slow, long-range command throw. Both command grabs can be comboed in the right situation, which is a powerful asset for someone of her archetype. Poison is one of Street Fighter V's strongest characters. With great neutral tools and excellent damage output, it's hard for most characters to break her down from round start. Her biggest issue are characters that can punish her whip or bypass her neutral with ease, forcing her to play closer than usual. If you like sassy characters with dominating space control, then pick Poison and be the star of the show. Thank you for watching. These character overviews are made possible by our generous patrons. For $1 a month, you can help support projects like this, and also get bonuses like early access to videos and your name listed here. Next up is Honda, Lucia, and Gil.